वसुदेवसुतं देवं
वसुदेवसुतं देवं
कंसचाणूरमर्दनं
कंसचाणूरमर्दनं
देवकी परमानन्दं
देवकी परमानन्दं
कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं
कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं
नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे
नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे
पुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र
पुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र
येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्ण
येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णा
प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमय प्रदीपः
प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमय प्रदीपः.
Namo Namaha. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening from wherever you are joining. In the Mahabharata Taila Purna, Bharata Taila Purna, the Taila Purna, it is gives out the light with the fuel, inexhaustible fuel. Whatever other fuel we are banking on, it will be sooner or later it will extinguish and light will put off, but reflecting on Mahabharata will give us an eternal light. Eternal light, and I will relate a story of Veda Vyasa talks about his own origin. I mentioned this one before, and to rehash on that story, Kaushika, king of Kaushika, he was very, very popular and very able king. He was going past Vasishta's ashram with thousands of retinues, with soldiers. And in the afternoon and midday, he decided to take a bit of rest and pay respect to Vasishta Rishi. And he paid respect to Vasishta Rishi. And after that, Vasishta said, please stay, take my hospitality and go. But Kaushika said, we have a big troop, you are a small ashram, and he did not want to trouble him. He said, thank you for your kind words, we will take leave, and thank you for your offering. But Vasishta insisted that he stay back and take the hospitality. So, reluctantly, and Kaushika was wondering how he can look after us, and reluctantly he agreed. And Vasishta Rishi invited all the soldiers and asked them to sit for lunch, and whatever the soldiers thought of in their mind, that type of food started being served. And thousands of people were there, and whatever type of food and drink they aspired, they got that one. At the end, the Kaushika was so surprised, and he said, it's a miracle, how could it happen? Vasishta said, I have a Kamadenu, I have a cow called as Kamadenu. It's a wish-yielding cow. And through that wish-yielding cow, that she is providing whatever you aspired. Then immediately Kaushika said, you are ashram with a small few people, and a king like me must have this cow. I have a bigger responsibility to look after my kingdom. That cow must be with me. In lieu of that one, I will give you thousands of milk-yielding cow. You can manage with that one. We will barter. Vasishta said, sorry, it is not for bartering, trading. This cow, Kamadenu, it's a divine cow. It came out at the time of churning the ocean, and Brahma has pledged that one. He has asked me to look after. It is not my property. I am just a caretaker. It is given by Brahma to look after. sorry, I can't partake that one, I can't give it to you. And infuriated by this one, Kaushika ordered his soldiers, drag this cow out, take it to the palace. And as they were dragging this cow, the Kamadhenu, Surabhi, name was Surabhi, it started crying, Vasishtha, why are you abandoning me? And then can't you protect? Vasishtha said, I being a Brahmana, I don't want to lose my cool and waste my energy on that one. And Kamadhenu, that Surabhi said, will you permit me to look after myself? Vasishtha said, please do so. And when Vasishtha gave the permission, the darts of arrow starts shooting up from the hairs of the Surabhi, and it annihilated Kaushika's army. And so insulted and infuriated, and Kaushika, and he did intense tapas and invoked evil spirit and ordered the evil spirit, go and kill all Vasishtha's children, because my children were killed by this Surabhi. I want to take a revenge. This evil spirit went and killed all 100 children of Vasishtha. Vasishtha was so disheartened, everything, that there is no point in living, and all my children have died, and he tried to commit suicide by tying a rope around him and trying to drown in the ocean. He was waves brought it back on him onto the shore. He tried to jump off the cliff, but nothing happened. He fell on a soft bed, and he jumped into the fire. Fire could not burn, and he thought, this I can't die also, I'm so depressed. And he was walking back, and he heard the Vedic chanting, and he observed where this chanting was coming, and he saw that his eldest son, Shakti's wife, was pregnant, and she said this Vedic chanting mantras are coming from her stomach, the stomach baby right from the childhood, it has been listening the mantras and it is reciting. And Vasishtha felt so happy that its a life is worth living. I have this lineage, the baby is already chanting. The Mahabharata, it talks about the pregnancy time is very critical to shape up your child. Child can listen, hear. And this is an illustration, and Vasishtha was very happy, and the child born was none other than Parashara Muni. Parashara Muni's son was none other than Vedavyasa. And before that one, and when Vasishtha's son was born, Parashara was born, Vishwamitra was disheartened, and he thought, Digbhalam Kshatra Tejo, Bhalo Bhalam, Brahma Tejo, Bhalam Bhalam, Digbhalam Kshatra Tejo, Brahma Tejo, Bhalam Bhalam. He said that down with the strength of the shoulders, my wealth power, down with the monetary power, down with the physical power. Real power is the intellectual power. Brahma Tejo, illumined mind, is the real strength. He learnt it from Vasishtha. I also must become like Vasishtha. And I thought, I put all my faith in the material wealth, material prosperity. I have seen the limitation of material prosperity. The real prosperity means illumined mind. I have to acquire. He started doing penance intense sadhana, various obstacles came about. And one such obstacle, Menaka came, Menaka, and he got distracted. Through Menaka, a son was born, that daughter was born, called as Shakuntala. Shakuntala was born. The Shakuntala was none other than, the Dushyanta got married to Shakuntala. From Shakuntala's, the son called as Bharata. And we are in Bhagavatam, we are covering one story of Bharata, son of the Rishabhadeva, and another Bharata, Shakuntala's son, called as Bharata. And through him also, India was called as Bharata, original name Bharata. He was so brave, and from his lineage came about Shantanu story. I will talk about Shantanu and Ganga and Satyavati. The story, Veda Vyasa slowly talks about the story, lineage, how it is starting. In the meantime, the Vishwamitra realized, and he started intense tapas, and through him dawned Gayatri Mantra. The Gayatri Mantra, Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. The mantra of that one, the Gayatri Mantra was there before Vishwamitra also. The Vishwamitra's contribution, Bhurbhuvassuvaha. Bhurbhuvassuvaha, that first line is the contribution of Vishwamitra. But other two lines were already there. His unique contribution, Bhurbhuvassuvaha. And that one who envelopes the earth, intermediate and the highest. That his contribution was that one. And Gayatri Mantra is initiated into the children right at the early age. The illumined mind, Mahabharata says, Vedavyasa says, the illumined mind, knowledge is the differentiator. You must, Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. The physical strength come and go, but you must have an illumined mind. Illumined mind, and in Kathopanishad also talks about, everyone dies. That dies, those who have born has to die. But what lives, continues to live, even after you go, is the brilliant work of what you have done. It will continue to live. If you want to live, even after you die, you must illumine your mind and do the action. The first chapter of Bhagavad Gita was a status. Bhagavad Gita is part of Mahabharata. Bhagavad Gita's first chapter is confused. Arjuna was totally confused. In the confused mind, most of us are confused in our life. Even at the age of 50, many people, they say, I don't know what to do. I thought earning the money, having a big portfolio of wealth portfolio is the goal of my life. Many of us, we do not know that Mahabharata talks about. The first chapter, Arjuna was totally confused. When I am confused, if I act, my actions will be awkward. My actions will be awkward. Best in me never will come out. The second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, it is called as Jnana, Sankhya Yoga, Sankhya also called as Jnana, knowledge. Confused mind, first chapter, Arjuna was totally confused. With confused mind, you can't get best out of your life. You have to calm your mind. So, Arjuna was introduced to knowledge. He put a coagulant. to settle the mind, coagulant called as knowledge. With the knowledge, disturbed mind got settled down. Got settled down. When the mind was settled down, Lord introduced him to the third chapter called as Karma Yoga. Now your mind is brilliant. Your mind is calm. Now you must act. When the mind is calm and serene, you must act such a way that best in you comes out. To bring out the best. Everyone works, toils, work hard. People, they say in lockdown time, working from home, long hours, 14 hours, 15 hours, 16 hours. We are working so hard. And working hard is not the karma yoga. I mentioned a few times also. Working hard 20 hours a day, it is not that one. What differentiates you is find your pulse and act. The best in you must come out with a calm mind, serene mind, not working under stress, under the pressure of my boss, under the pressure of my customer. I had to work, what to do, and I had to feed my family, what to do. Not that one. That is not called as karma yoga. Karma yoga, Sri Krishna talks about in the second yoga. Calm your mind, enrich your mind, then act. The best in you must come out. The fourth chapter, it is called as Jnana, Karma, Sannyasa Yoga. You need to have knowledge. You need to be brilliant in your action. And he added another component, Sannyasa. Sannyasa Yoga. The Jnana, Karma, Sannyasa Yoga, Samyak Nyasa. When I am acting, karma, you have to, mind has to be, the karma yoga, it is not one-off. Like a cricket player hitting a century in one game, and after that next 5 games gets out for a duck. It is not that one. Sustained brilliance, sustained action, sustained brilliant action. It is called a samyak nyasa. Your mind has to be connected to the highest. When your mind is so elevated, you are no longer coming down. Your mind is so elevated, trivial things in your life no longer bothers you. You are leading a lofty life. Lofty life, your life is uplifted. Your life, the game is uplifted forever. It is not in a spurt, it is uplifted for good. The best in you starts coming out. It is introduced in the 4th chapter. In the 4th chapter, talks about Jnana Yoga. It is talking about Karma Yoga. It is talking about Sannyasa Yoga. Sannyasa Yoga means how to uplift the game of your life, elevate your mind. When I am at the foothill of the mountain and look up, my vision is very limited. When I am working in a shop floor, I always think about my boss is useless, my managing director is useless, they don't know what they are doing. We are looking from our point of view, from the foothill point of view. When you elevate yourself higher, and you see a picture altogether different. You have a different vision altogether. Earlier, the shop floor person works, toils and complains, whinges and cringes. But as we progress higher with the knowledge, with brilliant action, our mind elevated to the higher things, our vision, outlook for our life totally changes. Our outlook in the life totally gets changed. We see the things totally in a different way. Many people will be seeing the world one way, but when I elevate my mind to the higher things, my perspective of the world totally changes. world, the perspective changes. And in the third chapter, Shri Krishna talks about karmanyeva hi samsiddhi astita janakadaya lokasangrahamevapi sampashyan kartum arhasi. That to elevate my mind, uplift the game of my life, I need a role model. Otherwise, without having a benchmark, there is no motivation for me to sustain in the game in a higher level. I need to have a sustained sadhana at a higher level to have that one, the loka sangrama me vapi. The illumined people, they come time to time for the welfare of the society, for the betterment of the society. Out of compassion, they come down. They have no compulsion to come down, but out of compulsion for the welfare of the world, they come down time to time. Why? Yadyada charati shreshta tattad deve itaro janaha sayat pramanam kurute lokas tadanu vartate. Yadyada charati. When the great people, whoever the great person does something, world follows. World imitates that one. World imitates, and like the children, we imitate some Bollywood or Hollywood star, and all the dialogues and the way in which we dress, we imitate the worldly things. But higher things, Swami Vivekananda, it's 150 years back, he was born, and he's still an inspiration for the youths. After 150 years also, people are talking high of him, because the way in which he might not have been so popular when he was alive, but his works now also so inspirational for the people. Uplift, reflecting on him, he uplifts the vision of the life. He's still, the way in which he led the life, still an inspiration. It says, the way in which the great people do, world follows. They will continue to live even after they pass away. And Shri Krishna says, Name partasi kartovyam trishu lokeshu kinchana nanavapta avaptavyam vartayeva sa karmani. Shri Krishna says, I have nothing more to attain, or I am short of anything. And in 3 worlds, I have nothing to acquire. I have to, many people do the sadhana here so that they get the heaven. Shri Krishna says, I have everything and I have no shortage. Still I act. I do the action. And in the last shloka of the 3rd chapter, Shri Krishna says, evam buddhe param buddhva samstabhya atmamatmana jahishatrum mahabaho kamarupam durasadam. Shri Krishna says, evam, with the illumined mind, not the confused mind, ordinary mind, illumined mind, act, fight the battle of your life. Everyone has been exposed to a battle in the life. Everyone's life is a battle. Whether you are born in an affluent family or impoverished family, whether you are born in a developed country or developing country, whether you are irrespective of your social conditions, everyone is fighting a battle of their life. The challenges in the life we have a lot of challenges in life. Everyone has to face the challenges. Shri Krishna says, you have to fight the battle of your life. How you have to fight the battle of your life? Through the illumined mind, brilliant mind, not with the ordinary mind. not with the ordinary mind. You can't fight the battle of your life with the ordinary mind. What to do? I don't know. I had to work. What to do? I have mortgage to pay. I have to slog. It is easy for the teacher to say he has nothing else to do in his life. He doesn't understand my problem. What to do? I am ordinary. And I try to put down myself. I try to, Shri Krishna says, no excuse, illumine your mind. Illumine your mind and fight the battle of your life. Shri Krishna says, and in the beginning of the 4th chapter, Shri Krishna says, this message of Jnana Yoga and Karma Yoga, what I taught in the 2nd and 3rd chapters, I been telling the same message. In the past also I told. And I told the same message. I told that one to sun. The sun, the Lord in the sun. He is giving the light. He may be thinking, why, what is the point in giving the light? He may be in Upanishad also talks about the sun itself, there is no light. The light in the sun has come because of the Supreme Lord. It is because of He is doing, He never thinks why I should give. He taught this message to sun also. Keep on giving the light. Keep on giving the light. Shed the light. And sun has taught this one and to Manu. Manu is the Manava, Manvantara. One Manvantara, and in one day of Brahma, Brahma lives for 100 years. His lifespan, 100 years means 331,104,000 10 zeros, 31,104 billion years. His total lifespan. Out of that one, in one day, 14 Manus come and go. And sun has taught this message to Manu, the Manu, man. And the man, in English, it is called as man. And in Christianity also called as Adam. Adam, nothing but Adi. Adi Manava has become Adam. In Adi Manava, Adayam, M shortened, Adi Manava means most ancient. It's Adam, Adi Manava in Manu. Manu has taught this one to Ikshvakave, solar dynasty, the first king in the solar dynasty. He taught this message to Ikshvakave. The same message I have been telling that one. Repeat after me. Shri bhagavan uvacha.
Shri bhagavan uvacha.
Imam vivasvate yogam.
Imam vivasvate yogam.
Proktavan. Avyayam. Imam vivasvate yogam. Proktavan. Avyayam. Vivasvan. Manave. Praha. Manur. Ikshvakave. Bravit. Imam vivasvate yogam. Proktavan aham avyayam. Vivasvan manave praha. Manur ikshvakave abravit. Ikshvakave abravit. It's a visarga is there. manur ikshvakave bravit.
manur ikshvakave abravit.
Vivasvan, Diti and Kashyapa had 12 children. First son was called as Vivasvan, Aryama, Pusha, and Urukrama. It's a 12th one. It's a Vamana. It's a one by one. First one is called as Aditya. Vivasvan also called as Aditya because the first one. Aditi's first son is called as Aditya, is called as Vivasvan, imam. This one, whatever I am talking to you, imam, I have to spoke about this one, yogam, proktavan, avyayam, this exhaustible message of yoga. I taught this one to Vivasvan, the son. Son has in turn, he passed it on to the Manu, the first Adimanava. Manu has taught this one to Ikshvaku, the king of solar dynasty. From there, in the solar dynasty, Lord Ramachandra came. And so Sri Krishna is saying that the message what he is conveying now, the Lord Rama also conveyed the same message. He conveyed the same message. Evam parampara-praptam imam rajarshayo viduh sakalena mahata sakalena iha mahata yogo nashtah parantapa evam parampara-praptam imam rajarshayo viduh sakalena iha mahata sakaleneha mahata yogo nashtah parantapa evam parampara-praptam imam rajarshayo viduh sakaleneha mahata yogo nashtah parantapa. This message has been Ikshvaku, a great king, solar dynasty. The kings used to be a rishi, raja-rishi. All the kings were brilliant. They had an illumined mind. And unlike the present day rulers, the earlier, all the kings, rulers, they had a brilliant mind. They protected this knowledge. Evam parampara-praptam. From one father to son, generations, this message was preserved. It was coming from father to son, from the guru to shishya parampara. This lineage was continuing like a Ganga river continuously flowing. Evam parampara-praptam imam rajarshayo viduh. They were the kings, the rishis, the brilliant people. Kaleneha mahata. This kaleneha mahata, over the time, the knowledge got disengaged. Whatever is the reason, for us, we have an excuse. We have come far away from India, and we have no source for knowledge. We have come far away. Now we have to earn money. Knowledge, we'll worry about that one when we retire. Or even in India also, because of the various the education system, people are taught in the education system also to look down on our own heritage. There is no appreciation of heritage in the curriculum of Indian educational curriculum. There is no feeling of pride of the culture. And they think the other cultures are brilliant. The education system, Britishers, what they introduced, and Mughals, what they have done, and slowly, and politicians for remaining in power, they manipulated the knowledge system so that to make the students right from the childhood to condemn our own culture. How silly, how West is the great, how other traditions are great. Slowly we lost contact with our own tradition. We start humiliating our own tradition, our own faith. Slowly the knowledge, the flow of knowledge got broken. So knowledge has broken, chopped off. And that Shri Krishna says, the slowly, whatever it is happening, Shri Krishna said, this had happened in the past also. In the past also, and the flow of energy got disengaged, got snapped off, and it's not the present situation, it had happened in the past also. Sa evayam mayate adya yoga proktah puratanah bhaktosi me sakha cha iti rajarshayo hetaduttamam sa evayam mayatedya yogah proktah puratanah bhaktosi me sakha cheti rajarshayo hetaduttamam sa evayam maya. This, since whatever has been lost, this is an eternal knowledge. The message of yoga is eternal. It is an eternal knowledge. It is not a new concept. It is an eternal knowledge. Sa evayam maya, through me, adya, now I am saying that one again. The eternal knowledge, somehow it got disconnected. People in pursuit of something else, something silly in their life, they lost it. The knowledge, when the knowledge has lost, he has given the knowledge to the sun. When the knowledge has gone, that means the darkness has enveloped. Confusion, darkness. I don't know what I want in my life. I am totally confused. Like going back to square one, chapter 1. Going back to chapter 1 of Bhagavad Gita. Totally confused. I don't know what I want in my life. Most of us spend our life that way, and darkness has enveloped. Shri Krishna says, Adhya yoga proktah puratanah. Puratana means whatever eternal, whatever sanatana, whatever eternal, whatever I have told in the past, whatever I told to, gave the message to sun, that I am giving, I am telling you now. Telling you now. Why I am telling you now? What is the reason? The best in a teacher comes out when there is a intense longing from the student. Shri Krishna says, why I am telling you to Arjuna, bhakto, you are a devotee. You are not just a blind devotee. You are not just saying out of fear, I will do whatever you say, sir. Bhakto si me sakha cheti. Not only you are not just a blind follower, sakha. You are my closest friend. The friend takes a liberty in asking questions to the teacher. Questions, not just blindly following what teacher says. Sri Arjuna has a liberty with Sri Krishna also. Liberty, he is a close friend. Bhakta asi, you are not only a devotee, but also a close friend. And because of that one, rahasyam, the supreme secret. Rahasyam, heta duttamam. Heta, I am the uttama. I will tell you the highest. I will revealing you the highest secret. It is not an ordinary secret. Not an ordinary secret. It is the highest secret I am revealing to you. Sri Krishna says, the message of Bhagavad Gita will dawn in us only when we have two things. One is intense longing, bhakta, surrender, complete surrender. Complete surrender we need. And the sneha, and no fear of God. People say, I'm a God-fearing. If I do that one, God will be very unhappy, that the planets will be very unhappy, whether life is filled with fear. Life is filled with fear. I see Lord is my closest friend, eternal friend. He is within my heart. He is within my heart. He is my eternal companion. In Mundaka Upanishad also talks about Dve Suparna Sayuja Sakaya Sayuja. Together, your eternal friend is there within. Those who see the Lord with complete surrender and sees Him as an eternal companion. Eternal companion. I have a liberty with God. I can't hide anything from Him. He knows everything. He is within me. I can pretend that if I ask somebody, how are you? They may be whinging and cringing within. And what to do? My boss has asked. I will say, I'm good, all good. But inside you can't cheat Him. He knows everything. You are an open slate in front of Him. Sakha cheti. You can't hide anything away from Him when you are totally devoted, totally surrendered, and you see Him as an eternal companion in your journey. When you know your eternal companion is Supreme Lord, He is knowing everything of you. Lord of the universe, eternal friend within, then when I know He has eyes everywhere, ears everywhere, hands everywhere, legs everywhere, I can't afford to do anything wrong in my life. I can't be negative. I can't cheat people. I can't swindle people. I can't usurp others' property. I can't be cunning. So, when my Lord is my eternal companion, closest friend, how can I be a negative person wishing ill of others? You cannot do wrong. You have to play the game with utmost care. Utmost care when I know, like when I'm driving, they put up a sign, it's a red light zone area. So, when I know there is a speed camera is ahead, I slow down. I have to be very careful. Otherwise, I will get a fine. When I know Lord is watching everything, He is there everywhere, I will be very cautious. How I am treading my life, because I can't cheat Him. I can bribe the court, bribe police, bribe people, and project myself that I am a great person. I can publish, give money to a TV channel or a newspaper, and I will ask them to write an article. And when I went to India a few years back, one the Doordarshan, that the head of the TV channel, that he came and said, I will make a documentary about you, but between us, you need to pay me this money, but don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone, I will make you publicize an article. It's very, I argumented with him, and I said, you are an insult to the country, you are an insult to the organization. Though he was a head, I was very blunt on him, and that it made him red-faced. But I can pay money. Many people, they go on to the television, they say they pay every month 5 lakh rupees so that their article comes on the television channel. And we can project ourselves. We are totally different. We want to project ourselves something else. But Sri Krishna says, when you realize you are my closest friend, and when I realize you are my closest friend, then I know you are my charioteer. Sri Krishna becomes a charioteer in our life. When we know we have a charioteer who can navigate our life, battle our life, he was not only a charioteer of Arjuna, he is happy to become a charioteer of everyone. And when we have a charioteer like him, and the yoga dawns in us. Why yoga is not dawning in us? Because we don't see Lord as our closest friend. We want to hide away, we want to put on a mask, projecting ourselves something else. So I may be doing some twisting asana, bending asana, thinking that I'm a great yoga expert. Yoga will never dawn. Yoga will dawn when you are completely surrendered and when you regard the Lord as your closest friend. Then Arjuna asked the question. Arjuna uvacha. Aparam. Bhavato. You have to press that bha, not ba, bha. Aparam bhavato janma. Param janma. Vivasvatah. Katametad. Vijaniyam. Tvam. Ado. Proktavaniti. Arjuna uvacha. Aparam bhavato janma. Param janma vivasvatah. Katametad vijaniyam. Tvamado proktavaniti. Aparam bhavato janma. Apara means after. Janma, you are born after the sun was born. Sun was much before you were born, and how I should understand that you had taught this one to sun. Katametad, it's a natural question for us. Arjuna was thinking, Sri Krishna is only 6-7 months older to him. Sri Krishna was born in Shravana Mas in the same year. Shravana, then Bhadrapada, Ashvayuja, Kartika, Margashira, Pushya, Magha, Palguna. In the Palguna Mas, month of Palguna, Arjuna was born. 6-7 months before, Sri Krishna was born. Arjuna was thinking, he is my contemporary. He is only 6-7 months older to me, and you are telling a fairy tale that you taught this one to the sun. You told that one, you are only 6-7 months older to me. How I should understand this one? How you are just only 6-7 months before me, You are born. How to understand this one? You say you taught this one to son. Proktavan iti tvam adho. In the past, you taught this one to son. Proktavan iti. How I should understand. And here in the 4th chapter, the concept of recycling has been introduced. Now, the modern day, they talk about recycle, reuse, and reduce. 3 R's everywhere common: reduce, reuse, and recycle. Everywhere, all councils are talking about that one. You have to reduce your requirement. You have to reuse many things and recycle. The concept of recycling was long time back. It is there ingrained in the Sanatana Dharma. And recycle. We are recycled. We are born again and again to recycle. They are recycling. We are born, and after we die, we are come back to recycle. As a recycle. Why we are recycling, getting recycled? To see whether any good stuff in here. If you go to, if you have a sugar cane, raw sugar cane from the field, if you want to get a sugar cane juice, they put the sugar cane between the rollers. Initially, juice comes out. The person who is squeezing, he won't leave the pulp that way. He will bend it, he will put it through again. He won't stop there, he will bend it again, put it through. Put it through again. He wants to make sure that is anything left in this one. Anything left. And in us also, we are born again and again to see anything, any good in us. To see anything good is it's coming out of us. To extract the good in us, we have been recycled. We have been recycled again and again to extract the good from us. Good from us again and again. And when we realize we are something useful, we get a platform of being born as a human. If we are done so bad, so negative, so this body also is not fit for my continuing the journey. The souls will go into the lower species, so that it is appropriate for that one. Soul doesn't feel very bad or happy the type of body it is wearing. Whatever it wants, it will get an appropriate body. If I am in a corporate, if I have a certain position, they will give me a company car or whatever, because it is required for my job. If I do not require that one, I won't get those amenities. The amenities I get according to my role I am playing in my life. So is the type of body I get according to the thoughts I entertain. We have been recycled to extract the good in us. In Prahlada's story also is there. One poet was saying that Lord Narsimha dug his hand into Hiranyakashipu's stomach. He dug. Why? Because he wanted to see whether there are any more gems like Prahlada hidden within. To look for that one, he dug his sharp fingers inside to see any more Prahlada there. And to get, we have been recycled. We get another opportunity. Like passing the exam, I am failing. Okay, attempt 1, attempt 2, attempt 3, attempt 10. Keep on attempting, again failing. And whereas the Lord's birth, it is not called as recycling. It is called as incarnation. When Lord comes, it is called as an incarnation, whereas our birth, it is called as recycling. we have been recycled to get something good out of this one. Is anything coming out good? Or it's ordinary things, useless things. To get, when the Lord is coming, his janma is called as appearance, is called as incarnation. Shri Krishna says, Shri bhagavan uvacha,
Shri bhagavan uvacha.
Bahuni
Me
vyatitani janmani
tava
charjuna tanyaham Veda sarvani natvam vetha parantapa. Shri bhagavan uvacha, bahuni me vyatitani janmani tava charjuna tanyaham Veda sarvani natvam vetha parantapa. And somebody that it's on a lighter note, somebody asked what is the birth date of Arjuna, and that commentator he did not know Sanskrita, and he said 4th June. How did you say? 4th of June is Arjuna's birthday, and he says, he quoted this one, Janmani tava charjuna. He thought char June, char means 4, June is month June, Arjuna janmani, your janma, you are born on 4th June. His commentary was that one. Most of the commentaries are like that. They lose the context. It is not char June, it is charjuna, cha Arjuna. It should be cha Arjuna. Bahuni, Shri Krishna says, Bahuni me vyatitani. I have come many times, so are you. You also have come many times. I also have appeared many times, you also. Tanyaham, but I know everything. All my births I remember. And Natvam Veta Parantapa, you don't remember what happened in the past life. In Buddha's story, Buddha says he can go back up to 300 births past life. And past life, what happened? 300 births he could go. In people doing hypnotherapy and to find out what disease, what is the cause for this disease, they do the hypnotherapy. Sometimes we don't know why this disease is coming, They take the person, go back to your past life. What is the cause? One person came to me other day. She said she has so much of itch on her palm and she feels like with a knife cut her palm. So itchy, this palm, for months, years, and she feels like cutting the palm. And I told her that she took unwanted things in her life, snatched many things from others in the past life. That is coming back now, haunting. It is not this life that when I start grabbing things which is not belonging to me out of force, when I am doing that one, there is nobody, I can't say nobody has seen that one. I have money power, I have police power, I have political power, nobody but one within, witness. Now so much of scratch, I should not have taken. That unknowingly I am scratching. I can't sleep also. This, it will come back. Shri Krishna says, the past life, you have come back, you have born. Why it is happening? There is a reason for everything. For everything, it is a continuous journey. Don't say that, why me? God is very unkind to me. Why me? I don't believe in God. I don't believe in God. My God is useless. I will change my religion. Other God is better. I don't want to know my own. I don't want to take my mask out. I want to put the blame on others. There is, in Veda Vyasa says, there is no accident in the life. For everything, there is a reason. We'll continue on this one. Shri bhagavan uvacha.
Shri bhagavan uvacha.
Imam vivasvate yogam.
Imam vivasvate yogam.
Proktavan aham avyayam.
Proktavan aham avyayam.
Vivasvan manave praha.
Vivasvan manave praha.
manur ikshvakave bravit.
manur ikshvakave bravit.
evam parampara-praptam.
evam parampara-praptam.
imam rajarshayo viduh.
imam rajarshayo viduh.
kaleneha mahata.
kaleneha mahata.
yogo nashtah parantapa.
yogo nashtah parantapa.
evayam maya tedya.
evayam maya tedya.
yogah proktah puratanah.
yoga proktah puratanah.
bhakto si me sakha cheti.
bhakto si me sakha cheti.
rahasyam hetaduttamam.
rahasyam hetaduttamam.
arjuna uvacha.
arjuna uvacha.
aparam bhavato janma.
aparam bhavato janma.
param janma vivasvatah.
param janma vivasvatah.
katametad vijaniyam.
katamedat vijaniyam.
tvamado proktavaniti.
tvamado proktavaniti.
Shri bhagavan uvacha.
Shri bhagavan uvacha.
bahuni me vyatitani.
bahuni me vyatitani.
janmani tava charjuna.
janmani tava charjuna.
kanyaham veda sarvani.
Kanyaham veda sarvani.
natvam veta parantapa.
natvam veta parantapa.
vasudeva sutam devam.
vasudeva sutam devam.
kamsa chanuramardanam.
kamsa chanuramardanam.
devaki paramanandam.
devaki paramanandam.
krishnam vande jagadgurum.
krishnam vande jagadgurum.